And you are watching Talking About It. I'm John Griffith.
I'm still Cara Kilduff.
And what you been up to?
Missing the debate. That's what I'm missing.
Whole lot going on. A whole lot of people dropped out since we last talked.
Good. I hope Tulsi Gabbard drops out.
The Russian hack?
Yeah. I watched the first one. I wasn't, well, not the first one, but the most recent one. I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll watch it. But then one of my clients, she's like one of those people you can't say no to, just because she's small, but she's like power lady. And she said, promise me you'll watch the debate. And I just looked at her and I was like, okay. And then the next day, did you watch the debate? And I was like, yes. And then so we started talking about it. So tonight she says, are you gonna watch the debate? I said, well, I'm gonna be, you know, on the air. And she was like, ugh. And then her granddaughter's not gonna be able to watch it. She's like, I'm gonna be the only one watching it. I was like, oh great. So I'm gonna have to, like, when I get home tonight, look quick, see what happened, and then be able to, cause I get quizzed.
Okay.
I mean, I love this lady. She quizzes me.
Well, what are of the remaining candidates, what are some aspects of each one that you like, and what are some aspects that you don't care for?
Really? We're gonna get like hate mail.
That's okay.
I'm not a fan of Bernard. Not a fan of him at all.
Yeah, I will if I have to, but I don't want to.
Not a fan. Elizabeth Warren was like fire.
Yes.
In the last debate. My God, Bloomberg didn't stand a chance.
No, and
he looked like a deer in headlights. Like, oh my God, they're talking shit about me.
Yeah, he was in no way prepared for what was coming his way, and he should have been.
Yeah, he should have been.
But one thing, have you seen any of his ads?
I love his commercials.
Yeah.
Pow, pow.
He's doing everything in his ads that Biden should have been doing.
Yeah.
He's playing up his Obama connections and the high points of his record. I mean, he's got some low points on his record also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially some of the stuff that he continued from Giuliani that he should have eliminated much sooner.
Right.
So yeah, there's some good stuff there, but there's a lot of baggage.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Biden did. Oh, I felt like he did okay in the last debate. But Bloomberg, man.
Yeah, it's
he came across as somebody who doesn't like to be questioned because he's always in charge. You know, it's all his companies and whatnot. And okay, but that didn't. I don't know. It didn't telegraph well to me. I was just like, oh, do you not play well with others? I mean,
I had actually applied for a position within his company years ago, and before the interview process and testing process even began, I had to sign an NDO.
Really?
About the testing process. And then the day after, because I was going for a technical position, and they thought that I was going for something completely different, and they started putting me through the paces for that. So I walked out of the interview process because this is not what I'm here for, and my qualifications I know do not match what you're looking for. So I walked out, handed in my packet to the person at the desk, the woman at the desk. The next day, she calls me, and she had no recollection of receiving my packet. So she thought that I walked out with all this proprietary information. So it's like, well, you know, if you did take it and we find out about it, we're going to blah, blah, blah. I said, well, that's not going to happen because I gave it to you.
Wow.
So there's a whole lot of secrets in that company.
So I love it when other people screw up and then they're trying to blame you for it. Wow, that's kind of creepy, interesting.
Yeah. So this was more than a decade ago. This was a couple of jobs back.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's how he works.
Oh, you know, if this made me very happy. I found this clip on Twitter of this young woman doing it was a TikTok of Elizabeth Warren speaking to all the candidates at the last debate. Have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh my God, she's hilarious. I want to like grab my phone, but she was saying like, Michael Bloomberg, you a bitch, you ain't nothing, you ain't been nothing, and then what did she say? When she got to Bernie Sanders, she's like, Bernie, you cool, but low key, fuck you. And she was so funny, guys. If you can find this on the Twitterverse, it was it gave me joy. I watched it like 3 times in a row. I needed the laugh, but she kind of was succinct in her estimation of that.
There's a lot about
funny.
Warren that I do like.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like when Bernard was getting, I just think it's funny to call him Bernard. When he was getting like pressed on the cost of things, it was just like, and but Elizabeth Warren has the calculator. She's like, well, it's going to be this, you know, and I like that she has a way of explaining things that the average person, she can break things down so the average person is like, oh, okay, and I know what you're talking about now.
Right.
And that I do like about her very much.
Well, there's a teacher in her.
Yeah.
Very much.
Amy
very much
Klobuchar.
So. I liked her more in the beginning, but I liked her before I knew more about her.
I did not like her.
Okay.
First of all, that outfit. No. You know what she called fracking a. I don't think we should allow fracking because it's messing with our water supplies. But what did she call it? An intermittent fuel or something like that? An intermediate fuel? I was like, no, it's poison.
It's pumping poison into the ground to get oil and gas.
And, you know, I don't know. I'm not a fan.
And they're well, just don't get me started on fracking. They're not. They won't even tell you what they're pumping into the ground, and states have passed laws preventing people from finding out what they're pumping into the ground.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma is having earthquakes where they never had earthquakes before because of what they're pumping into the ground.
I think Mother Nature is getting sick of us, and I think she's ready to shake us off. You know?
Yeah. The Earth heals itself, and if we're the virus, the Earth is going to shake us off.
Speaking of virus, coronavirus, I was going to count how many masks I saw on the way here tonight. None. People are very cavalier. No, none. I was shocked.
Well, at this point, there have been more deaths from the flu this year than from coronavirus, but it hasn't. It's been compressed into certain regions. It's not widespread.
Well, a couple of airlines are just like, I think it's Emirates is suspending all of their flights to Iran because there have been deaths from it there, and they just don't want to mess with it. Air Canada has suspended flights to China until April, until they get a handle on it. So that's, and I'm wondering, you know, what other airlines are going to fall in and be like, yeah, no, we're not going there.
Because you know it'll pass, but it's just, you know, what's going to happen before it reaches whatever conclusion it's going to get. Will it be able to find some kind of vaccine, and will the vaccine be safe, and will the vaccine be worse than the virus?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Oh, and the resident cut funding for the CDC. We have acting heads of departments
who don't know how to use a Google.
Oh my God, embarrassing.
Yeah, what department is he head of, or acting head of? That was having trouble with the website, and he was tweeting, it's like, is anybody having trouble with this website? I'm supposed to be in charge of everything, and I have to do a Google.
Yeah, you're trying to make a funny about, I don't know, something that's going to be a pandemic soon.
Yes. No. And then we were talking in the previous half hour about the cruise ship that passed through the infected area, and 700 people on board ended up infected, and they confined all these people to quarters with a shared ventilation system.
Oh God!
Not the smartest thing to do. And then, we were talking with somebody about areas in Italy where everything is closed except the mall. So where are people congregating all together, all at once, and governments are stupid.
If it comes, I mean, it's probably already, it is here.
It is here.
Do you think, like, let's just hypothetically speaking, if it affected New York City, like, do you really think New York would just, like, close?
Probably not.
I mean, I can't imagine that.
I think they would probably be handing out masks on the subway or something like that. But yeah, New York doesn't close. Well, New York closed once in my lifetime, and I hope it never happens again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird. We're talking about September 11th.
Yes.
It was so eerily quiet.
Mm-hmm.
weird. Anyway.
Yeah. But,
what's your take on the candidates?
Liking Liz a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's got a plan for everything.
She does.
And I know you're not a fan of him, but I do like Pete a lot.
Oh, he's biting off of other people.
But I don't know. I'm maybe I'm a little bit more of a centrist than you. I don't know. But I like him a lot, and yeah, it's probably not his time.
It's not.
Yeah, but he has a future in some capacity. He will be, if the right people win, he will be in the cabinet, I'm sure. And who knows what happens 8 years down the road.
What about Amy? What do you think about Amy?
Amy.
I'm just kidding.
On paper, I liked a lot of her positions early on. As I learned more about her and her negotiating skills and the way she treats others, it's detrimental to her power in my mind.
Yeah.
The billionaire, like I said before, there were some pluses, but he's got a lot of baggage that could have been prevented had he acted sooner. Plus, yeah, he was a Democrat before he was a Republican before he was a Democrat.
Yeah.
But I think he's a centrist who's just going where?
I don't think he has a chance.
No, but he's in there to knock Bernard out. And I think that's probably what he'll end up doing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The director just texted me something, so let me see.
What do you say?
He's sending me pictures of the show.
Oh.
I thought it was relevant.
Oh.
Here's a picture of us, in case you don't like the one on your screen.
Look at this.
And then Tulsi. No.
I don't even count her because she's not even in the debates anymore. Wait a second. Did Marianne Williamson drop out?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I think so.
She's going to get a cabinet position. I'm just kidding. Whatever.
But
she seems like a lovely person.
The Times had an article about the way to go forward and to defeat what's his name. And it was just for a unity ticket. Yeah, get the remaining candidates, find the prime and the secondary, say, hey, this is what's going to be, and these are the cabinet positions that everybody else is going to be in, and you've got everybody in there, which again is something that looks good on paper, but once
I think that'd be nightmarish,
especially if they don't carry the Senate. Because how many senators are running, and how many of those senators have Republican governors who would be appointing their temporary replacement?
Oh, did you see Susan Sarandon's flapping her mouth again?
Yeah, I choose not to see her.
Why is she showing up on my timeline? I don't follow her. Do you know why? Can anyone explain the algorithms of Twitter? Because
I need press. I'm going to say something stupid.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Tom Steyer's still in.
He's still in.
He's trying so hard to be friends with Bernie, and Bernard is just like, no. Fuck. Anyway.
I don't know. I will if I have to, but I don't want to.
Ugh.
But only 1%, only 1.7% of the delegates have been awarded at this point.
It's too early.
It is way too early. Super Tuesday is still weeks away. There'll be something more definitive after Super Tuesday. What happens if we go to a brokered convention and the DNC appoints somebody?
I don't know. Oh, no, it's not Bernard.
It wouldn't be Bernard. It would be an actual Democrat. Sorry, he never changed his affiliation. He's not a Democrat. He might caucus, but...
Speaking of caucus, I gotta check my bathtub when I go. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know. It's a mess. But I feel like also, you can see, like when I get followed on social media by someone I don't know, and then I look and I'm like, that's not a real person.
Yes, I've been noticing that quite a bit lately,
yes.
especially especially on the Book of Face.
Yes, and there's so much
or the gram of Insta.
Misinformation, you know, like playing up certain people and downplaying others, and it's like I'm kind of not paying attention to it, you know?
All these websites that you haven't seen for 4 years are shit-stirring websites. Commondreams.org is popping up all of a sudden all over again. Not a legitimate website. Do your homework, see what other articles are posted on the website. Do 5 minutes of Google research and you will see what is a legitimate site and what is not.
Yeah.
And look at the ownership of the site, if it even comes to that, and you'll see all these shit-stirring websites are owned by the same people.
Well, I'm skeptical about a lot of the stuff I see online, so I'll do the digging just because.
And I think
I don't want to be manipulated.
And a lot of stuff that starts trending between like 2 and 6 a.m., that's midday in Russia. You have to be an educated web surfer.
Yeah, you got to be educated about everything these days.
I know. Let's get Brett. Too bad Brett can't teach him a thing or two. Brett Gleason, last half hour if you missed it.
I like him so much.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the music video again at the end of the show because it was so much fun.
Yes! Yes! Derek Bishop, that's who I was saying is in the back.
Yes.
I was trying to remember, and that looks like Todd Alsop.
It could very well be. It's like, well, Derek Bishop was introduced to us by Brett.
And they're friends.
And I think Todd...
Was that Todd on guitar?
It might have been.
It looks
like
him.
If it was, I think Todd and Brett were on the show at the same time because Todd's been on with everybody.
Yeah.
So we might have provided that connection or not. I don't know.
The only person I don't recognize is whoever, well, because you can't see them, is whoever's on drums.
It wasn't Gus.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
That would be so cool if that had made everybody who's been on the show.
Yeah. You know what? We're supposed to hang out. We've been trying to make plans to hang out and like throw down, just go someplace and just eat in a while. So Gus, if by off chance you're watching this, like I have not forgotten that we still have to hang out and maybe do like Colombian breakfast throwdown in Queens. Although, Astrid's Venezuelan, right?
Okay.
So she was like, oh, Colombians. Oh, da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh my God. And then the finger comes up. And so then I no, I don't want to tell. We went out to eat recently in my neighborhood, the three of us, and we went to a Venezuelan spot. Astrid, if you're watching, this just cracks me up because she's like, oh, you know, she was hungry. Are you hungry? Yeah. And then she's like, I think I need the food of my people. So we go to this Venezuelan place in my neighborhood, Cachapas y Mas. There's one in Queens. But yeah, it was just, anyway, good time. It's on a section of my neighborhood that is like, it's horrible. Then I told one of my friends, because it's my neighborhood, so I don't think about it, you know, and there was just stuff going on everywhere, like craziness. So I tell one of my friends from my neighborhood, and she's like, oh my God, girl, no, they have security 24 hours. And I was like, they do? She's like, you didn't see the big Dominican gentleman wearing a shirt that says security? And I was like, no, I didn't.
People walking around the street with shirts that say security now.
I don't know. And then she tells me, that's why I only get delivery from them. And I was like, that's a good point. Yeah, so the store in my neighborhood is like, it's a little sketchy, but the food it's good. But anyway.
Eventually when you come down south to visit, good Cuban.
I love Cuban food.
Good Peruvian, some seriously good ceviche.
I love Peruvian food also. I think I might have been like South American, Latin American in a past life because, I could throw down with that all day. Oh, this morning I did a bad thing. I brewed a pot of Bustelo.
Uh-oh. The palpitations?
Don't do it. I don't know what I was thinking. If I make that, I do it, in the thing on the stovetop, and I was just like, oh no, I'll just throw it in here. I'll just make a little, because I have a little pot, little coffee maker, a little Mr. Coffee, 5 cups, like in a hotel room. I didn't steal it. So I drink it, and I'm just like, all of a sudden, I'm like, trying to get ready for work, and I'm like, oh, it's hot in here. What's going on? Oh, and then I'm trying to eat to come down. That still doesn't work. I had yogurt, then I had toast, like, Oh my God. I didn't. And then when I crashed today, finally, I was like, oh, I'm so tired. That's why I texted you. I was like, are we still on for tonight? Oh man, I was at my friend's house sitting in the chair, and I was like, oh God, I can't move. Yeah, don't brew a pot of Bustelo, people. It was tasty, but
Yeah.
wow, I thought I was gonna have a little problem with the heart.
Yeah, so I'm more of a tea person than a coffee person, but if ever the pipes need cleaning, I go for the coffee.
I gotta have it. That's like my one big vice. It's all I have left. Coffee with real half and half. So I have a friend who's turned vegan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Does she work it into every conversation?
No, she's actually very sweet, and she's like, hey, they make really good creamer now for coffee, and I looked at her, I was like, Julia, no, it's all I have left, and she was like, oh, okay, and she's trying to get me to go with her to Woodstock. She volunteers at this farm where they rescue animals from slaughterhouses, and I was like, oh, she's trying to like turn me. Because if you see a cow batting its big eyelashes at you, you're less likely to want to like chow down on it.
I worked on a farm for a while, so no, that doesn't work.
I don't know. Pigs are awful cute.
They are?
They're so nice. Well, the ones I've met.
And they're actually very clean.
They are clean.
They roll around in the mud because they don't sweat, and that keeps them cool.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever somebody says they're sweating like a pig, they should be rolling around in the mud because pigs don't sweat.
So wait, does that mean if somebody says that, we can just push them in a mud puddle?
I hope so. If it's the right person.
Yeah!
Oh, good
Anyway.
Lord.
I'm a little hyper now.
We got about 8 minutes to fill.
8 minutes? I'm trying to think what else is going on.
Well, we were supposed to have another guest tonight, and he got his third strike. Cancel on me once, cancel on me twice, cancel on me 3 times, probably not getting invited. Mr. Spa Guru. The Spa Guru.
No.
Hmm?
Spa Guru.
Yeah, that's what he was coming to promote. So I'm giving a little tease, but
Oh,
I love you, but you can't.
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me when the
Okay.
show's done.
Okay.
Oh, you dummy! That sounded like it would be interesting.
Oh well. Bring his portable table and give you a massage.
No.
No? Okay.
No. Did he apologize?
No. But I didn't give him the same option that I give Brett. But Brett has never canceled on us. Life just got in the way.
Well, yeah. His livelihood. His students are lucky.
Yes, very much so. And then there's not a heck of a lot coming up either. Just going about life. Do you ever have somebody else come in and clean your place?
Never. I can't even drop off my laundry to have somebody do it.
Oh, really?
No, I can't. No.
Like once, maybe twice a year, I do that. Yeah, so find a Groupon and get the discount that they're trying to tease you with, so that you pay the full price next time. Have somebody come in. I thought that we were clean as could be. This person came into our apartment and found dirt. And found dirt. She was like picking up things and moving stuff around. It's like, a little teeny tiny woman. She was like picking up the furniture. Ooh, look.
Wow.
So
you guys probably shattered any notion she had about gay men.
Actually, well, she said that we were probably some of the neatest people she's ever worked for, but sometimes you need eyes that aren't your own to come in
true.
and pick up the thing that you never pick up.
You know, I was dog sitting at a client's house a while back. It was pretty recent, and I went to pull the coffee maker out, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" The husband had gotten, I don't know what he does. He had gotten coffee grounds in the part where you put the water. So I spent an hour like I brought a toothbrush from home and I like cleaned this thing, do. They thought, so then I was talking to my client and she was like, oh yeah, you know, Marv noticed that the coffee maker was really clean. He thought the housekeeper did it. And I looked at her and I said, no, that was not the housekeeper. That was me. And she went, oh my God. And I told her, I was like, what does he do? What does he do? How do you get coffee grounds in the I don't know what you call it, the water part?
Yeah.
How?
The tank, reservoir, or whatever.
Yeah. John, I couldn't believe it. And the thing was spotless. I mean, I've cleaned his coffee grinder before, and he commented on that, like, oh, it's so clean. It's like, it does not take much, sir. I'm teasing lovingly, but like, bro.
I don't know. Back in Wilder days, I had this on again, off again. Yeah, it was on when we both wanted it, and one time, it usually didn't end up at his place, but one time it did. I woke up early, like I'm prone to do, and I went into the kitchen looking for a drink of water, and I just ended up cleaning his kitchen. Oh, you're up early. Yeah, I wanted to clean your kitchen.
Weirdo.
That was the last time, too.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a seriously dirty kitchen.
Although, you know what? I have to say, there was one, we're friends now, but there's one client where I always wanted the house to look nice for them when they came home from a trip. So I would vacuum and take the trash out and everything. And then she was like, you must think we're so gross. I'm like, no. I just want the house to look nice when you come home, you know? And she was like, oh, okay. It's like, no, it's a pleasure. Like, whatever. Because when you have, like, an animal that sheds a lot, you know, the hair is everywhere. So
there you go.
There you have it. Don't brew Bustelo in a coffee pot.
Don't clean your one-night stand's kitchen.
Yeah, don't clean your one-night stand's kitchen. That's so. That's weird. I will tell you, that's weird. Weird.
I was much weirder back then, which says a lot. But thank you.
I already have an idea, and I'm going to ask you when we're done.
Thank you for being weird with us.
Thanks for watching.
I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
And we're going to take a look at Brett Gleason's video, and we're going to go out with that. Second guess.
Don't be so quick to second guess, hesitate, throw yourself under the bus to